call the meeting to order for Thursday, June 6th. Roll call, please.
Mr. Martin?
Here.
Mr. Spence?
Here.
Mrs. Foreman is absent. Administrator present. Mayor Gale?
Here.
Solicitor?
Present.
Fiscal Officer absent. Mr. Merriman?
Here.
Mr. Mattern?
Here.
Mr. Dagenkolb?
Here.
75 years ago today was in the infamous D-Day invasion. Today I'd like to, as we have our moment of silence, remember those that lost their lives so we can have so much freedom and opportunity in the United States and actually across the world today. So everyone, please stand for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Move the flag.
You have the minutes before you from our May 2nd meeting. Motion be in order to approve.
So moved. Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin?
Yay.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dagenkolb?
Yay.
Person would like to speak before council tonight. Kate from the United Way of Jefferson County. You want to come forward, please? Just say your last name, but I don't want to butcher it.
That's okay. Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me this evening. I'm Kate Sedgmer, the Executive Director of United Way of Jefferson County. I'm excited to be here today. If United Way is a new name for you, I hope that it's not, but if it is, I'll give you a brief synopsis of what we do here in the county. Each year, we challenge ourselves to raise over $400,000 here in Jefferson County. What that money does is it directly impacts 20,000 people here just in Jefferson County. You may not know of programs that we do, but for example, last year we bought over 700 pairs of shoes for back to school time. A quarter of those shoes went to Wintersville students. Those programs, those simple things that we do really are a true testament to what's been going on with the United Way since 1931. We have been we have benefactors from Wintersville. Many of you are those benefactors yourselves, and we're so appreciative of that. The reason that I'm here before you today is to let you know of a project that has been going on for quite a while. When I was reviewing notes that have been going on really for the last 5 or so years, I was really disappointed to see that Wintersville was not a part of our huge day of action. Each year we kick off our campaign that we do each year in September by a day of action. We mobilize over 250 volunteers in our county to go out and make positive change in our communities. Whether it's a church group or a village, a school or a nonprofit, we are happy to have skilled and unskilled labor that day to come out and make huge change. It can be anything from painting a park bench or cleaning up a church basement or laying floor in a new nonprofit building. Whatever it is, we're happy to make it happen and get things done. And so we are inviting you to join us this year. At least tell your residents of what's going on. It's one simple way for us to give back to the donors and the volunteers that support us the rest of the year. We're proud of the impact that we make here in our county, and we certainly appreciate the support that you give to us. Through the rest of the summer, what we consider our slow season, we are also doing smaller days of action. So if you have an immediate need for a project, we would certainly be interested in knowing about that so we can send volunteers out and do that. That's all the time that I needed from you today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Brad has my contact information. I'm sure he's happy to share it. But also, if you haven't heard of United Way or what we do, especially for the Wintersville residents, please get onto our Facebook page or our website. Or set up a meeting with us because we're more than happy to talk to you about what we do.
Well, thank you. Do you know in September what the date is?
Yeah, so actually the kickoff this year is August 30th, last Thursday in August.
Okay. All right, I'll get with the administrator. I do know we've been asked in the past to participate, but it seems like we've got very short notice, and unfortunately the turnaround time, we could not come up with a project
Sure,
or any
absolutely.
assistance. This is an awesome lead time, and I'll get with the administrator, see what we can do to come up with. I appreciate this, though.
Absolutely, wonderful. Well, thanks for having me.
Can Brad has your number. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Kate.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak before council tonight? Seeing none, we'll move forward. Reading of ordinances.
All right, we have three ordinances tonight. The first is ordinance number 2019-04. This is a third read. Ordinance providing an additional $1,000 upon the completion of each year of employment for full-time police officers hired and working for the Village Police Department for the first 3 years of their employment. That is a third read.
Motion be in order to approve ordinance number 2019-04.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin,
Yay.
Mr. Spence,
Yay.
Mr. Mattern,
Yay.
Mr. Merriman,
Yay.
Mr. Dagenkold.
Yay. I could just forget him.
Okay, resolution number 2019-08 is a resolution adopting the budget for the Village of Wintersville, Ohio for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2020, and submitting the same to the County Auditor of Jefferson County. That is a first read.
We need an emergency resolution to read this, please.
Motion to suspend the rules?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Martin,
Yay.
Mr. Spence,
Yay.
Mr. Merriman,
Yay.
Mr. Mattern,
Yay.
Mr. Dagenkold.
Yay.
Second read, resolution number 2019-08, a resolution adopting the budget for the Village of Wintersville, Ohio for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2020, and submitting the same to the County Auditor of Jefferson County, Ohio. Third read, resolution number 2019-08, resolution adopting the budget for the Village of Wintersville for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2020, and submitting the same to the County Auditor of Jefferson County, Ohio.
Motion for approval of resolution 2019-08.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin,
Yay.
Mr. Spence,
Yay.
Mr. Merriman,
Yay.
Mr. Mattern,
Yay.
Mr. Dagenkold.
Yay.
All right, finally, resolution number 2019-09, which I also believe needs passed tonight. A resolution authorizing the Village of Wintersville to apply, accept, and enter into a water pollution fund agreement on behalf of the Village of Wintersville, construction of the sanitary sewer system rehabilitation project Phase 5, and designated a dedicated repayment source for the loan.
Let's suspend the rules.
So moved.
Second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Martin,
Yay.
Mr. Spence,
Yay.
Mr. Merriman,
Yay.
Mr. Mattern,
Yay.
Mr. Dagenkold.
Yay.
Resolution number 2019-09, a resolution authorizing the Village of Wintersville to apply, accept, and enter into a water pollution fund agreement on behalf of the Village of Wintersville for construction of the sanitary sewer system rehabilitation project Phase 5, and designated dedicated repayment source for the loan. Third read, 2019-09, a resolution authorizing the Village of Wintersville to apply, accept, and enter into a water pollution fund agreement on behalf of the Village of Wintersville for construction of the sanitary system rehabilitation project Phase 5, and designated a dedicated repayment source for the loan.
Motion be in order to approve resolution 2019-09.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin,
Yay.
Mr. Spence,
Yay.
Mr. Merriman,
Yay.
Mr. Mattern,
Yay.
Mr. Dagenkold.
Yay.
Thank you. Reports, announcements, communications. Chief Fowler, you can forward.
Good evening. I want to bring, first things first, I want to introduce council to Officer Wanger. He is our newest patrolman as of April 15th. Mr. Wanger is a 2011 graduate of Indian Creek High School, a 2019 graduate of the Police Academy out of Youngstown State, and also a 2019 graduate of Youngstown State University, which he just received his bachelor's degree. He's been on the road with us for a little over a month, and he's doing a heck of a job.
Yeah, again, and typically we bring him forward before this, but he had, unfortunately, some classwork to finish. So we said, okay, you probably need to finish your degree. So that's why I didn't make it. So we appreciate you coming tonight. As usual, he's on probation for 6 months. Then council, he'll be brought forward again in 6 months for approval for a full-time position, permanent full-time. I'd just like to make a couple of comments. I was going to speak about Meridian Green here in a minute, and the fire that was there. Officer Weiner and Pinkerton were both on duty that morning. They both did a stellar job to make sure that those residents got out. They assisted with the fire department. They went in the building, knocked on every door, opened every door, helped get the residents out of there, and actually secured them outside the building and helped us get them over to the senior center. Okay, so they were both, did an excellent job, and they were first to be on scene. And I really want to thank you for your effort, and also Mr. Pinkerton. So please pass that forward as well. All right? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ryan.
Okay, the next thing I need to bring to council is Officer McLaughlin has finished his 6-month probation, and there was absolutely no issues. So again, I want to bring it forward to council for permanent.
Okay, so resolution be in order to make Mr. McLaughlin a permanent police officer within the village of Wintersville.
So moved. Second.
Comments or questions?
Where's he at?
What's that?
You bringing him forward tonight?
We brought him before.
Yeah, he's already been here.
Or you just making it official?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this is his 6 months are up.
Okay.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Martin.
Yay.
Mr. Spence.
Yay.
Mr. Merriman.
Yay.
Mr. Mattern.
Yay.
Mr. Degenkolb.
Yay.
Okay, and to add to what you said, Mayor, I received high praise from Fire Chief Harrington and the residents for the job that Officer Wanger of Pinkerton did by going to the 3rd floor where the fire was and starting there. They did a phenomenal job, and again, I can't say enough about these young officers that we got.
Said young officers, how long's Pinkerton been with us? Less than
A little over 2 years.
a little over 2 years. So very good to have a young employee like that handle stressful situations so well. Very good. Thanks, Chief.
Chief. Yeah, I want to thank both of them. I was over there at the fire when that was happening. I seen them both as they was performing their duty, and I thought they did an excellent job as a mayor to say, because it was kind of hectic. The mayor, he got there early, and he's kind of like took charge of trying to get everything organized. I want to hand it to him for being an outstanding mayor there, because those people needed their medicine. They needed to be transported to different places to get something to eat, some shelter, until they, to the Red Cross came, and the mayor and the Red Cross, along with other ones, but he was kind of like leading the show to make sure they did what they needed to do. He called the Steubenville Transit Authority, called Indian Creek bus to come there to make sure those people was transported, because a lot of them was without their medicine, and that's where the police officers and the different ones went back upstairs to make sure they had their medicine. I was assisted some people back and forth to their rooms, but I do want to, the mayor never say anything by himself, but I want to say that he did an excellent job there that day while I was over there. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Thank you.
Just two more things. On next Friday, June 14th, is Elder Abuse Awareness Day. We're having an event, Adult Protective Services from Jefferson County, other community partners such as ourselves. We're going to be there. There's going to be vendors, lunch, refreshments, door prizes. Anybody who has anything to do with the elderly, you're more than welcome to attend. Our officers, Officer Wanger and Pinkerton, will be there to assist in a drug take-back day, just to let everybody know. It's posted downstairs, and this will be at prime time on Lovers Lane. And we are working, we have joined forces with the Adult Protective Services. We are going to have a senior scams program here on August 21st. We previously had it scheduled for a couple weeks ago, but the fire at Meridian kind of threw everything off, so we have rescheduled for August, and I'll give you guys a reminder when we get closer to it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You have the magistrate report before you. Village took in for the month of May, $11,566.38. The village received $8,785.04. State received $1,754.50. And others got received $975.34. You have the magistrate, also you have a report for complaints 142, incoming calls 276, 15 accidents, 16 cases, 17 alarms, 5 juvenile, 46 arrests, 6 other arrests, 11 parking violations, 3 vehicle impounds, 9 out-of-town assistance, 16 auxiliary hours. Old money collected for the month of May, $1,942.48. Total old money collected from fines from 2016 to May 2019 is totaled $88,237.40. Code enforcement report, 7 licenses, $350, 16 permits, $420, for a total of $770. We have also reported for you the May and June letters that were sent about grass that has been cut or needs cut again, and cleanup that needs to occur. So you can see these addresses on these pages. Some have been taken care of, some need done a second time. Those, again, so everybody's a reminder, they will get one notice per year of their issue of either grass or any issues within their properties. If they don't respond and resolve it, they will be brought into court. If it occurs a second time, they will not receive a letter. They will receive a citation to come into court. So I appreciate Tom and all his efforts in this. Again, I always say it's easier to be mayor in the winter than it is in the summer because of all these grass issues, but we're on top of it, doing our best we can.
When we have to cut the grass, what do we charge?
We charge, what, 50
It
an hour?
depends, it's 50 an hour, and sometimes more if it's so high, we have to, well, it's still the hourly, 50 an hour. If we have to bag it, rake it and bag it, then we've had to do that, not recently, this year, but
Some yards we've had to hire someone to come in and do it, and whatever they charge us, we charge.
it
So,
goes on to the taxes.
Memorial Day services over at the Fort Steuben were very, very well attended. It was a beautiful day. I'd like to thank the Legion and the Fort Steuben Burial State for putting on the celebration every year. It was another beautiful affair. And I invite everyone to attend next year if you can. A couple other notes on Marine Green I just wanted to follow up with and make some thanks to myself for everyone that was there that helped, Mr. Martin, especially there helping. I wanted to thank the personnel actually at Marine Green and the residents. They were very calm and very orderly. They weren't very hysterical, upset, you know what I mean? I think they were very calm in an orderly fashion in getting out of the building and staying in an area to be safe. When I called Steel Valley Transit, because we knew we had residents that could not get on a school bus, and they basically got there quickly. And so did Indian Creek with their school bus. When I called the superintendent, there was no questions. They all showed up immediately. The Red Cross, I wanted to thank them when they showed up. Again, they helped with those that needed housing. And again, it was a Memorial Day weekend. It was a very difficult time. Some of them had animals and pets. I wanted to thank the senior center over on Lover's Lane. They opened up their place so that we could get them everybody there so they could get out of the elements. It was a hot day, so they could get restroom facilities. They could get food, and they also helped and let them bring their dogs in. Okay, so everybody was taken care of. The unit, for the most part, had damage. 2 apartments were totally destroyed. No one was hurt. The second floor had a library area and another meeting area, and the bottom floor was pretty much a meeting area. So really, there was only 2 real apartments were affected. If you're looking at going in toward the building, basically the western end of the building, they were all able to get back in. I believe it was Tuesday, so they were out for a few days. The other side, they can get back in if they're ambulatory, because they can't use the elevator. So they had to block off the sections where they have to do construction to make sure no one gets into those hazardous areas. They did have some open apartments and I think an open cottage. They were able to place some of those that were displaced into those. All in all, it was a tragedy, but no one was hurt. Hopefully it won't take as long to repair. And again, the fire department, I want to thank them, for their arrival. Also want to thank Steubenville Fire Department who showed up to assist. I know there were other fire departments that were there to assist, but I don't know who they were, but I thank them anyway. And we had an issue with a patient, a citizen that needed to get to the hospital. She were having trouble breathing. Nothing urgent. Steubenville Fire jumped in while Wintersville was taking care of the fire and got her to the hospital. So again, it was a team effort all the way around. And again, had it not been, who knows what would have occurred. Unfortunately, this is the second time, so we have some practice in doing this, which we don't really want to have. And I think most importantly, I would like to thank the chief and the police department for notifying me immediately that this was going on. So I was able to get down there and help coordinate. Again, It was hectic in the beginning, but I think everything fell into place, with the police, the fire, and everybody that assisted. So again, it could have been a major tragedy, but all in all, things will be well, and everyone will be back in, hopefully, in the short term. So again, thanks to everyone. Administrator.
First item on your list is, second page in your packet is a list of water breaks. The weekend there of May 11th and 12th, we had several. We had to call in a contractor to help with us. No rhyme or reason on them, just happened. And also today, Justin and his crew finished replacing and relocating fire hydrant on Long Street behind the new hot dog and ice cream shop. Back there on that curve, it kept getting hit by various vehicles, so we moved it back a little bit. He's knocked out several of those now. He and his crew, they're getting this down pat pretty good, and we've got about 3 more to finish up here, and then we'll be good on the fire hydrants.
Again, and I've said this at the last meeting, I believe, and if not, I'd like to reiterate, since we've had breaks since the last meeting. I've been in contact with the Jefferson County Water Department. I've been in contact with the commissioners about the main line that feeds Wintersville from the back of the old Respecs building that comes through Cara, that comes up back on Fernwood. They're doing some things. They're going to put some things in an air release valve and some other things that they're going to do to try to help keep that line from breaking as well when our lines break. So they have a good, I think, a good plan, and hopefully they try to resolve this going forward. And again, I want to thank them and actually their employees for working hard for us. As far as fire hydrants, again, we have a few more to do. There's the one here you see as you drive by on Main. I've asked them to hold off on that. It is on our list to get done. My concern is until the county gets the air release valve on that main line, I'm concerned that if we take that hydrant and take it down, we get air in the line, I don't want that line breaking. We've had too many breaks, in the last 2 months, which has hampered business, has hampered safety for as far as fire safety and all those other issues, which I've spoke to Mr. Harrington about as well. So just to keep everybody, up to date on what's going on. The other thing is, and again, I can't name the businesses that are looking to come here, but we are doing some work on some site plans that have come here where businesses are coming. They need some sewer work done, some sewer manholes replaced and moved. So if our employees are actually getting pulled in many directions. And again, we want business coming here, so we're doing our best to pull our employees to make sure that those things get done, not to hold up the progress of these businesses coming. So there's a couple coming in that'll be, I think, very good for the village. Also, again, you talk about the new ice cream place that opened, right across here. If you haven't tried it, it's very good. The ice cream's good. They have food as well. It's not just ice cream. Again, I had a great chili dog over there. So I ask you all to go try it out. It's really good. All right. Good luck. Thank you.
Okay. Item 2 is Phase 5. We received the Small Government Award beginning of the month, $500,000 grant, $500,000 loan, 0% loan for the Phase 5, which ties in with the resolution 2019-09 you passed. We're looking for a majority from the WPCLF fund, the high EPA. That'll probably be a 1% loan from them. And hopefully we'll go to construction on this late fall or early winter on this Phase 5. Just a note, new change in administration at New Philadelphia. Tom Corey is the Deputy Director at ODOT up there. Tom has been the county manager here in Jefferson County a number of years ago. He went to central office in Columbus, served some time there and in Columbiana County, and so now he's the head of District 11, which comprises Columbiana, Carroll, Tuscarawas, Harrison, Jefferson, and Belmont counties. So he's got quite a bit of highways and bridges underneath him. Next item, we've submitted 4 additional properties to demo for demolition to Jefferson County Regional Planning. One of them has already been kicked out, but as you can see, there are 2 on Rear Main Street behind Pepinos. They have not had water since '09 and '08. The one on Meadow Road was sold at a sheriff's sale. I may be getting with Chris to see which of the nuisance ordinances they violate, and maybe we can get something moving on that to at least get it repaired. It has a tarp over the roof, and it doesn't really look that bad, but it is unsightly, and it's been, as you can see, since December of 14, no water usage in it. And then there's one on 146 Locust that no water since September of 15. So those 4 have been sent down, trying to keep the village cleaned up.
I got a question. Well, when is the old bakery's going to be torn down? I know Mr. Vukovic says he had it on his schedule, but is that coming through us or is that coming through
We
somebody?
have the insurance check. I'll be reaching out to them because it's been approximately 90 days now and nothing's been done. So I'll be sending a letter to the owner, seeing what his intentions are and when they plan to
If
move
Mr.
in.
Vukovic says he's tearing it down, and that's through the owner.
Yeah, he
So-
told me, I think it's on the 14th of this month.
Hopefully,
He's
because, yeah, we give them typically 90 days before we reach out to them, and then we will take action. So
Yeah.
hopefully it'll get done. If it does, then we basically just write the check back to the property owner of the 18,000 that was held for that until it was completed. So hopefully it's done before that.
Okay.
If the cost for the demolition is,
It's not
Larger
on
than-
us at this point.
what's that?
It is not on us at this point. We have nothing to do with it. If Mr. Vukovic says he's doing it, then he has
Yeah,
a
he-
contract with the owner.
Yeah, he did.
So the owner has to get it done. Whatever it costs the owner, it gets done. If it doesn't get done, we will reach out to the owner, see what their intentions are. If they intend not to do it, then we will have to do it. If it costs more than the 18,000, the village would try to go back and get it on property taxes in the
But if
future.
not, we gotta
But
cover it.
that'd be it. But as of now, it sounds like they are doing it, so
Yeah,
let them complete it.
I wanted to add one more house to that list. We spoke at the last meeting, but I want to get in the minutes on Long Street, right behind the new hot dog stand, that yellow house. I don't know what the house number is, but I know
I'll find
it's
that.
been without a residence for several years.
Yeah, I believe that lady passed away also.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll add that,
Patty,
okay.
he owns that house.
Next item, Summer Parks Program is scheduled from June the 17th, August 9th. So that will be getting underway in a couple weeks. And last item, it's not on your list, the agreement. We have an agreement for the school lights for the Christian school on Fernwood. It was given to Mr. Kopras a couple weeks ago when I was on vacation. It has not been signed by the school or returned to us yet. Once it's signed by them, then it'll come before council to approve it. The mayor will sign it, and then they can proceed with installation of their lights. So we're waiting on them now. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Anything on unfinished business?
There is none.
New business, Mr. Martin,
No new business tonight?
Mr. Spence.
Just wanted to let you know that the residents were happy to see the road crew out cleaning off the sidewalks for all the walkers. And they did bring up one point that they usually go down to DeCarlo's and turn around and come back. And during the day, there's a lot of cars from the Goodwill parking lot that pull their front tires up onto the sidewalk. I don't know if anything can be done, if they can put barriers there, because then they have to walk out around the cars and they're getting closer to the moving traffic. So, just wanted to bring that up.
You want to look into that? I don't know.
Well, that's going to be a police department issue, not us.
Chief, we look into that, see if there's anything that we can do that would not put the village at risk. Anything else?
Thank you, that's it. Thank you.
Mr. Becker?
No, sir.
Mr. Merriman?
No, sir.
Mr. Matter?
No, sir.
Mr. Dagan-Cole?
Just a couple things. Just going back to the water breaks, I want to thank Perry for really keeping me in the loop as we were pushing the information out to everybody via the Facebook page. So it was very chaotic for the last couple weeks of May. So I really appreciate him getting in touch with me. Appreciate all the crews working through the night. Kate, thanks for coming out today and sharing your message. I'd be happy to help with the administration on when you sit down with them. So, and I have your number to give them. There was two. I was reached out to regarding Karen Place grass and then the Canton Road grass, but I see that's already on the list. And then, Walt, back a few weeks ago, I sent you a message regarding beechwood cracks on the or the new asphalt. Did you get a chance to look at that?
We
for
looked
the
at them,
gentleman?
and
Nothing?
again, it's nothing,
Out of
it's
the
what we
ordinary.
expected, correct?
Okay. And last thing I have is just congratulations to the new Carrie Lee that opened across the street, and we'll be checking it out soon. So that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you.
Yep.
You have before you, looks like a transfer.
A while ago.
Yeah, it's an OW
Just
payment, Beechwood paving, a motion be in order to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
4,500.
Mr. Martin,
Yay.
Mr. Spence,
Yay.
Mr. Merriman,
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern,
Yay.
Mr. Dagenkolb.
Yay.
Motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
So moved. Second.
Any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
This. Mr. Martin,
Yay.
Mr. Spence,
Yay.
Mr. Merriman,
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern,
Yay.
Mr. Dagenkolb.
Yay.
I have one final item I'd like to go over before we leave tonight. I had a long meeting many meetings, actually, with Mrs. Foreman over the last couple of months. Had a long meeting with her, actually, today. She's doing better. Her rehab's coming along. Health-wise, she's doing a lot better than she was. She feels at this time that she would like to offer her resignation. So I received this letter today. Dear Mayor Gale, I'd like to notify you that I'm resigning my position as a Wintersville Council member effective July 1st. I would like to thank everyone for their wonderful opportunity to serve the village of Wintersville and its residents. Again, here's a lady that put her life into public service in taking care of children and the needs of them over the years with the state of Ohio. She's put almost 12 years here in the village, as a council person. She's been involved in many activities. She's been a stellar performer as far as, meeting the needs of its residents and taking any issues and concerns on and trying to help them. It's just with sadness that I read this tonight, based on the fact that she's just a great lady, a great person, and I think she's offered a lot to this village, and she will be missed as a council person. But I'm asking everyone to continue to keep her in your thoughts and prayers. I would ask you this time a motion by council to accept Mrs. Foreman's resignation as of July 1st.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you. So now at this point, we have a vacant spot as of July 1st. Council will have 30 days from July 1st to fill that position. So, Mr. Merriman, I would ask you to talk with council and see, what order you'd like to do that in. You do not have to wait till July 1st to do any type of interviewing. If you're in a position, our next meeting will be July 11th. So if you're in a position, then we can bring forward a candidate to fill that spot. If not, and again, by law, if you don't fill it within 30 days, the mayor has that option to fill it, which, again, I would not want to do. If you're not ready by July 11th, our next meeting would be August 1st, and that would be our only meeting in August. So I'd ask that you either have a selection by July 11th or August 1st. So it gives you some time. All right? That being said, motion to adjourn until July 11th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you. Meeting adjourned.